8 after 2, this is Up Front. Hello, I'm Gareth Edwards. Marcel Gordon is away for today. Well, this news just in this afternoon. Another tornado has hit the ground. This one in Bergville, in also KwaZulu-Natal. Let's get the latest on this. There is some video going around of this particular tornado. I'm joined on the line from the South African Weather Services. It's Wayne Fenter joining us. Hello to you, Wayne. Do we know, in fact, this was a tornado?
Good afternoon. Yes, we can confirm that it was a tornado that touched down in the Bergville area in KZN. That touched down just after midday. So we can confirm it from our side that it was indeed a tornado.
Do we know the kind of damage it caused, if any?
At the moment, we don't. Because it's in such a rural area, it's more close to the mountainous areas of KZN. We haven't received a lot of reports yet. We do have one report after the took off roof of our house, but that is all we have at the moment. So we're waiting on disaster management to let us know on any other damages.
From a meteorological perspective, do we know the strength of this tornado? We're looking at visuals at the moment. Obviously, we can't tell. I'm no expert. Is this a fairly large tornado?
It was a small tornado, as far as we can see from the footage. We cannot say how strong the tornado was because we need to see damage from the tornado to actually see if there's, to classify it, if it was an EF 0, 1, 2, 3, and so forth. But it will probably be around a EF 1 or 0 if you look at some of the images and videos that we've received.
Just remind me, if you don't mind, Wayne, the various factors and categories of tornadoes. If it's a 0 or a 1, in layman's terms, what's the kind of wind speeds we're looking at?
Oh, yes. Okay, so in terms of South Africans rarely get an EF 3, 4, 5, because we usually get much lighter tornadoes in terms of that. But EF 0 and EF 1 type of tornadoes are usually tornadoes who have wind gusts of 105 to 140 kilometers per hour. And then EF 1 is from 140 to around 180 kilometers per hour gusts that you get from these storms.
Obviously, as the South African Weather Services at the moment, you're continuing to track the weather down in KZN very closely. Is there a way of predicting, or at least giving as good a guess as you can, if we are likely to get more tornadoes?
Well, we can identify an area where there would be severe thunderstorms, and we classify severe thunderstorms to have either large hails, a large amount of small hails, damaging winds, which include tornadoes, or damaging straight line winds, or heavy rain and flash flooding. So it would have one of those criteria if it was a severe thunderstorm. So we can predict areas of where there would be potential severe thunderstorms. However, we can sort of also get an indication if there would be supercells on that day. But to forecast a tornado, we cannot really do that in South Africa. And I don't know, overseas, they have it sometimes up to a 20-minute lead time to forecast a tornado. But we don't have that infrastructure here.
Why are we seeing such severe weather down in KZN at the moment? Or is it severe? Is this fairly normal weather with a few abnormalities? Or is this particularly extreme weather for KZN for this part of the year?
Actually, it is normal for this time of year to see some severe weather over KZN, and even the eastern parts of South Africa. Usually during the changing of seasons, in between September and November, we do tend to get severe thunderstorms or heavy rainfall with kind of low pressure systems, and this is exactly one of those systems where we have a kind of low pressure system that's actually causing the severe weather to occur over KZN. So it's fairly normal for this time of year to receive severe weather, especially over the eastern parts and southern parts of South Africa.
Any idea how long the severe weather is going to be lasting? I'm not asking how long it's going to rain for. Everyone likes the rain, but any idea or time frame as to when the extreme part of this weather cell is going to move away from KZN?
So today we're actually expecting the last bit of the severe thunderstorms, especially over the interior parts of KZN. By this evening, we're expecting that to sort of drift out to the ocean. We still have some thunderstorms around. And then tomorrow we don't have any severe thunderstorms in the forecast for KZN. We do, however, have some heavy rainfall in the forecast for the coastal areas and the adjacent interior of KwaZulu-Natal. So that is because of that low that's moving out. So behind the low, we have a little bit of an onshore flow coming through, and it's going to push in some decent amount of rainfall over parts of the coastal areas and adjacent interior of KZN. And that could potentially lead to localized flooding and landslides because we're dealing with already saturated ground. So therefore, we have this alert out for possibility of heavy rainfall for tomorrow. Actually, starting already from overnight tonight, and it will continue into tomorrow morning, and then clearing out in late afternoon tomorrow.